Welcome to the BA Honours in Fashion, Business and Management. I'm Sam Chandrasekhara, I'm the Programme Leader, and I'm going to take you through a presentation that will give you the information required, and hopefully you'll find it useful. The course runs with two options, so you can do the 3-year full-time route or a 4-year sandwich route. So the 3-year full-time route, you'll spend the 3 years in university, but with the 4-year sandwich route, you'll spend the 3rd year out in industry on placement, on a paid placement, and then you'll come back to do the final 4th year in the university. So there's two options. You don't need to decide now. Nearer the time, you can make the decision. The course is accredited by the Chartered Management Institute, so when you do your degree, you'll also be awarded the CMI Diploma in Management and Leadership. This year we were awarded Partner of the Year with the CMI. I'm delighted to say that we worked really hard to achieve this, and we won this because of our outstanding contribution to student experience and the professional development of our students and the employability that results in our joint partnership by working with the CMI. It really shows in our students, the experiences they have and the eventual destinations in terms of their roles after graduation, which we'll see shortly. So with our course, we really focus on the customer and understanding that businesses only exist and only can survive and thrive by really focusing in on the needs of their customers. So hence the customer is at the heart of the programme when we teach it and when we're talking about it and in terms of what our students learn. The programme is focused on you, developing you as a future leader in the fashion industry, working for organisations that want to thrive and believing that they can thrive and develop in this really dynamic industry. When we are evolving the programme and developing it, and we're constantly looking at ways of changing it and moving it forward and making it continuously relevant for what's there today in industry and what's required tomorrow from our graduates. We look at what industry wants from our graduates and we really work towards achieving that. So what they're saying to us is that they want students who understand technology, not just in front of the technology in front of consumers, but the back end. So how does supply chain work? How can things work really quickly to ensure supply gets there very quickly to the end consumer? They also want everyone to recognise that really the e-commerce boom, as we call it, is over. It's the standard thing, and things like mobile devices are so much the norm in what we do. If you think about it as a consumer, you might see something on your mobile, go into store, check it out, go and buy it on your laptop. You get a message saying it's arrived on your mobile. You go into store to collect it and leave a feedback on your desktop. So it is the ability to do a transaction across multiple platforms. So that's really what it's all about, and understanding that and working with that. What they said is they want future leaders who are going to make change happen and recognise that change happens because of what's going out there, things we can't do anything about, and adapting and evolving to those things, and also recognising that things can be improved within a business and evolving and developing the business in order to achieve that. They also want graduates who are confident and have the commercial acumen to really talk to, whether it be a customer, to someone on the shop floor, to the CEO. What we want to do and what we are doing with our students is to develop entrepreneurial thinking. So you really will be focused on thinking in an enterprising, commercial way. How can you make something commercial but really have the creative thinking behind it to make things thrive? Because ultimately, if you've got an idea to really make it work, you really need to think about creative ideas. Creative means not only visually creative, but creative meaning innovative concepts and thinking about things in a different way to make it actually work and make it successful. And that's what it's all about. So when you graduate, it could be potentially 2024, which seems a very long time will go away, but actually it isn't. We want to make sure that when you do graduate, that you have everything that you need to take you beyond 2024 and beyond. So your degree is relevant continuously while you're in industry, and you can evolve it as you go along and you apply it as you go along. And technology is a big part of that, and technology is really changing the landscape of what's going on out there. We recognise this, and technology is a big part of what we do within the course. You're using it and applying it. It's business and technology working together that can really inspire thinking and drive ideas and often kickstart innovation. And it's important that the two work together. So the course has 4 main themes: digital and data, marketing communications, art of business, and commercial acumen. So when you talk about digital and data, we're talking about the idea of digital technologies and how they enhance what our business does, and the data surrounding it, and the data that we collect about our customers, how they behave, how they buy, etc., and all that information supporting business decisions and how that comes about. So that is vital and an important strand in terms of what we do. Marketing communications, another essential part. And once you do understand data and what's going on out there, and the digital opportunities that exist, marketing and communications can be really powerful and effective for a business. And applying that and utilising it in a really innovative and creative way is really important. So marketing communications forms a big part of what you do on the programme. Same with the art of business, and the idea that business is not just about theoretical underpinning, that you've got to look at how businesses can thrive and how they work with theories, not as it is, but how sometimes theories need to evolve to support what's going on out there in terms of digital disruption and so forth. And you'll learn everything from accounting to some law to business structures, strategies, organisational dynamics, and also commercial acumen, and really building on your commercial knowledge about what's going on out there in industry. And we build all of this and focus in more and more depth each year, so that you really are competent and confident when you leave. And when you do leave, you'll leave with your degree and also the CMI qualification in management and leadership. The first year is very much about the fundamentals of business. And what do we mean by the fundamentals of business? Well, it's about you understanding what the fashion marketplace involves. So who are the players out there? Who are the businesses that are thriving? Who aren't thriving? Why are they thriving? Why aren't other ones not doing so well? What needs to change? And how do products get from initial concept all the way to store, perhaps even in 6 weeks? What is that product journey? In addition, you learn about the customer, and the customer journey unit is really interesting. It's a marketing unit, but it's looking at marketing from the viewpoint of the consumer and the customer. So looking at how the customer buys and the touch points, and how businesses can interact with those customers at certain points in their transactions to make sure that they actually buy the products and services that you have to offer rather than your competitors. So looking at marketing in a very different and commercial way. And the second term, you'll be doing business fundamentals. And again, it's those fundamentals of business we were talking about earlier, but also digital enterprise. And digital enterprise is understanding those digital technologies and how they work and apply within a business. All of this is supported by developing your soft skills in terms of your academic skills, your commercial awareness, your software skills. You'll do Excel and you'll do the Adobe packages, Illustrator, Photoshop, and InDesign, and build those skills within what you do, and also your communication skills. And all of this means that you'll get through into your second year once you finish this. So your second year is really practice and building on those concepts and principles that you started off in your first year. And you start off the year with strategic fashion management and synergy. So strategic fashion management looks at business strategies within the fashion industries, and how and what works and why they work and what doesn't work, and how you can change how businesses do things to make them successful. And also you look at sourcing strategies. How do you source products quickly, effectively, efficiently, at the right price, at the right time, at the right quality? So you learn a bit of merchandising, buying and marketing all together in terms of the strategy overall. Synergy companies that, and Synergy is about you building your employability skills, developing your CV, your cover letters, your application forms. We send you off to a professional assessment centre day, so you know how to deal with it when it comes to you applying for jobs and also getting that job and the processes that you might need to go through in terms of achieving that. So that is your first term. Is quite intense because you might be applying for placement roles at the same time as fulfilling your unit and requirements. Your second term is focusing on the customer experience project, which is another unit, and also business analytics. Both units are absolutely fundamental. So the business analytics unit looks at analysing the data of the business, so looking at sales, profitability, customer data, when they bought, how they bought, and really using Excel and other data packages to really help you develop an understanding of the business. In fact, you develop your Excel skills to an advanced standard by doing this. And again, it's nothing to be scared of, frightened of. It's quite rewarding, and you build a really essential business skill. Customer experience project is another unit that runs alongside this, and this is your marketing unit, and moving your marketing to the next level, looking at developing experiences with businesses and how do you make an experience out of what you do. And it's a marketing unit where you build your marketing plan as well. So marketing is very much part of what you do, and again, it's all supported by software skills, and you develop that to an even higher standard, really working on your commercial skills and building a professional presence, and that's really important. Your final year is your third year, is about building expertise. What do we mean? Well, there's two key units. You start off with innovation, entrepreneurship, and global strategy. Both are fundamental units that you would do, and it's looking at strategy from a global perspective. And innovation, entrepreneurship, which looks at innovation and the importance of innovative ideas and principles, and how you commercialize that in terms of developing an entrepreneurial business. And that leads on to your final project, which is Fashion Enterprise Project, which is developing a business plan, a pitch, etc., based on your ideas and principles. We get banks and external companies in really to support you to develop that. So you really are developing really strong business acumen and the skills required to push yourself forward and get your final degree, where you'll go out with your degree in fashion business management together with your CMI diploma in management and leadership. You have really exciting placement opportunities that you can go for and explore. These are the kind of placements that we have, and these are where our students have been or are at the moment. The placements all over the world, in the UK, in really high profile organisations. And these are real roles that students are out there doing at the moment in terms of internships. That they do vary from marketing to buying to merchandising, to digital, to paid search, to social media and so forth. The opportunities are broad, and that's what we want you to recognise. And then really to say that your lessons within the course are structured, so you have lectures and workshops, small group learnings and tutorials and debates and so forth, very much workshop based. It's important to say, because all your assessments are their assignments. So you have, in order to support this live industry briefs, we've worked with Selfridges, with Harvey Nichols and so forth. You have masterclasses from industry, you have industry placement talks, international exchange opportunities, study trips in the UK and abroad, and also sponsorship opportunities. This is our graduation cohort from 2019. And these are the kind of companies that they're at after graduating, and these are the kind of roles that they took up following graduation. So you can see really the kind of roles these graduates go on to do, and you can develop yourself forward, and these are the kind of roles you can expect in 2-3 years' time. And it's important to recognise that the opportunities are available for you to really develop a career within the fashion industry. These are some of the quotes that our students have come out with, and I think it's important that you read this. And if you've got any questions, please do get in touch.